Hello everybody, Jake here for FMSCOUT, and in today's video we're going to be testing another nap tactic, and this one is supposedly crazy good for teams in the lower leagues. So we're Forest Green Rovers today and we're going to try it out with them. Obviously with it being a lower league tactic, we want to try it across multiple leagues, so I know you can go lower than League 2, but we're going to start in League 2, do a season there and then do another season with Forest Green Rovers in League 1 and see how they get on. As you can see here, Forest Green Rovers are a team that have been on the up slowly all the way through the National League and are now in League 2 and have comfortably been there for the last few years and look like they're progressing up the league. However, if we do go to League 2 and go to season preview, we can see we're predicted to finish about 9th, so maybe finish mid-table, maybe scrape it into the playoffs. We're going to try and better that with today's tactic, so we're going to go into the tactic, all the details on it now, and hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. So this tactic, which is supposedly great for lower leagues, which we're going to find out if it is now, is the Kashmir Nap 4141 tactic. Now, before we get into all the details, I would just like to say the link to this will be in the description somewhere. You'll be able to download it, put it straight into your team. It doesn't take much, and if you want to find more nap tactics like this, there is a complete table of them on the FMSCOUT website. All you need to do is search for FMSCOUT Nap Tactics and you'll find it all in a nice convenient table. Now with that being said, don't forget to hit the like button if you do enjoy today's video. It really does help us out in pushing these videos out to more people. Comment down below which tactic you'd like to see us testing next. If there's anything I can do better on these videos, because as I mentioned in the last one I did, I'm very new to making these tactic videos, so if there's something you'd like me to show that I'm not showing, just let me know and we'll try and sort that out. And finally, if you do enjoy loads of Football Manager content, from tactics to Wonder Kids videos to real life team recreations like what RDF's been doing, which are absolutely fantastic. Don't forget to check out his Manchester United one, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, from the other day. That's absolutely crazy, the detail he goes into there. Then yeah, feel free to hit that subscribe button. But anyway, enough of the waffle. Here we are with the Kashmir Nap 4141. We've got a sweeper keeper in goal with the attack role, and his only additional instructions are to tackle harder. The ones shown in brighter greens are the ones that you'll have to put on yourself, and the ones shown in darker green are the ones that are already there. Then we've got two complete wing backs on either side. Both of them have the exact same player instructions, but there is quite a lot that you want to add on here. So we want pass it shorter, shoot less often, close down more, tackle harder, mark tighter, and mark specific position. That's on both sides. And then we've got two ball playing defenders on the defence role with pass it shorter and mark tighter as their additional instructions. Then we have a deep line playmaker sitting just in front of the defence, just behind the midfield, with a pass it shorter and close down more instructions. He's on the support duty, and then we have two wingers, one on either side, neither with additional instructions, both with the attacking mentality. And then similarly we have two Mazzalas, both in the attacking mentality, no additional instructions, and then an advanced forward with mark tighter, tackle harder and pass it shorter. This tactic uses an attacking mentality, and in possession we have a fairly wide attacking width. We're looking to pass into space and play out of defence, with a slightly shorter passing directness, slightly higher tempo, never time wasting, working the ball into the box with low crosses, and running at the defence. When we're transitioning between play, we're looking to counter press and to counter. When we're out of possession, we want to use the offside trap with a much higher line of engagement and a higher defensive line, attempting to prevent short goalkeeper distribution with extremely urgent pressing intensity, and we're looking to get stuck in. Now honestly, I just picked Forest Green because I like their badge. I haven't picked a team that's really specially suited to this formation, so if they do well, then this kind of just shows that unless I've been really lucky with Forest Green, that this is kind of a universal tactic for most lower league teams, so hopefully it does work quite well with this Forest Green side. Before we go and simulate, I will just quickly show you the set pieces. So if we go to corners, this is a defending routine on the right and the left, and this is the attacking routine on the left and on the right. And then for throw-ins, if we're defending the right location, this is what it looks like. Left, this is what it looks like. And then on the attack scenario, this is what it looks like on the left, and this is what it looks like on the right. So that is pretty much everything I think I need to go into. I'm basically going to simulate a year until the end of the season, see how Forest Green get on, not doing anything else. I've left all the transfers and stuff up to the director of football, left training to the staff. We're not really going to be doing anything. We're just going to simulate ahead and see how Forest Green do using this tactic. Okay, so here we are at Forest Green. Before we go into too many details on how the season's gone and look at all the detailed overviews of it all, I'd just like to say, if you want to check my channel out, see what I look like, anything like that, the link to my channel will be in the description. We're getting very close to 1,000 subscribers over there, which is like my dream for a long time. So if you want to go over there and check out the Chelsea save we've got going on, then that would mean a lot. Hopefully we're doing a little better than Frank Lampard did in real life. But yeah, with that being said, let's go and see how Forest Green get on. And if you're keen enough in the eye, you might have noticed that we are first in Sky Bet League 2. We've had a brilliant season, predicted to originally finish 9th, and we finished top, 6 points ahead of everyone else, and actually 4 wins more than the next best team in Port Vale. Now whilst we did lose more games than them, Again, we didn't draw many, so I'm going to guess, without looking at the schedule just yet, this is a very attacking tactic, but we'll find out now, and let's have a look generally how the season went. So we can see at the start it didn't go too well. I imagine the players were still getting accustomed to such an unorthodox tactic, but then when we hit October, we hit a really nice run of form going all the way through November. Did we do well in December too? Yes, we did. We can see a lot of games actually. There's not that many goals in it, and then we get the occasional game where we score quite a few. And looking at this, I'd actually suggest it's quite defensively sound. Once we got the hang of it, there isn't that many goals going in against us. 0-0 here, a 2-0 win here, a 2-0 win here, another 2-0. We're performing quite well across the season, not too many losses, and you can see overall we did really well. How well did we do in the other competitions? We got into the third round of the FA Cup, which will obviously be good for a club like Forest Green, and got knocked out in the second round of the Carabao Cup by Fulham, and the FA Cup one was by Nottingham Forest, so some pretty decent teams there, and we came runners-up in the Papa John's Trophy. That's always going to make me laugh that there's a trophy called that, but it seems like we did do really well, so let's go and have a look at which squad members did particularly well this season. If we sort by overall average rating, go to the top here, we can see that the goalkeeper had a really good season. Then this guy, Nicky Cadden, who I assume would have been playing in that left mid role, scored 12 goals and got 16 assists. We had a guy here getting 34 goals, Aaron Collins. He, I assume, would have been our striker this season. This guy, our right back, Jaden Richardson, got 10 assists. Scott Wagstaff here, who must have played right mid, I assume, also did well. So we can see the attacking players are doing really well. And overall, we've had a really good season. What's this as well? Dan Sweeney, a centre-back, scoring 10 goals across the season. And then one of our Mazzalas, I assume this guy must have been, because he can only play that midfield role, went and scored 11 goals. So it wasn't just a one-man team, everyone kind of chipping in. We can see a lot of goals across the board, and then plenty of assists from our left winger and our right winger. So a really good season. Let's go and have a look at how Forest Green compared to some of the other teams in League 2. So we'll first off go to Team Detailed, and we can see we are pretty good in the possession rankings, second best in the league, joint with Oldham. Let's see if we stick out anywhere else. We got plenty of yellow cards, way more than anyone else. I think, what's that, 20 more than Salford? So I imagine the get stuck in instruction has caused a bit of that. Only one red card though, so we know when to draw the line. Is there anything else in here that's quite interesting? Here we go, the attacking ones are dominated by Forest Green. Most goals, Forest Green, 90 goals. Goals per game is us by a huge margin. Expected goals is us by, again, a really, really big margin. We also got the most penalties, I imagine, and that's by a long margin too. I assume running at the defence and stuff like that caused a lot of issues with drawing fouls in the box, but obviously we have scored a lot of penalties, that's good to see. Interestingly, we had over 100 shots more than the next best team in Newport, so it definitely is, as much as I said it was quite defensively solid, it's really attacking too. But here you go, this is quite interesting. We only allowed 304 shots on our goal, and the next best team, Port Vale, actually had 72 more shots on their goal, which is an incredible stat. We must have been performing well. Looking at the player stats now, we can see we dominate the games won statistic. We must have played pretty much the same 11 all season. If we look at the naughty boys list, the yellow cards list, we can see plenty of the players are from Forest Green. Is there anything else interesting here? Nicky Cadden doing well. He was our left mid, right? Getting 8 player of the match awards. Is there anything else interesting in here? Let's have a look. We had the second best top scorer in the league in Aaron Collins, scoring 24 goals. He had the most expected goals too, so if you finish your chances, he might have finished top of the league, but he has a way higher expected goals than anyone else. And yeah, just an overall great season. I won't dwell on this too much so we can see how this team performs in League 1, which is the real test of it now. Can it stand up against slightly better teams? But we'll go and have a look at that now, see how this Kashmir 4-1-4-1 tactic performs in League 1, so let's quickly travel over there and see how we get on. So I forgot to actually check the season preview of the second season, but by the end of the season we're predicted to finish 11th, so let's assume that was a bit lower down at the start of the season when we weren't doing too well, let's say 15th, 16th. We have definitely overperformed that, because if we go to League 1, we can see we actually went through in the playoff final against Coventry, and in the league table finished third, a bit fairly far off Barnsley and Wycombe, but they are ex-championship teams who are probably coming down expecting to go back up, but we've managed to get promoted instead of the likes of Hull, Coventry, Doncaster. We wouldn't have been expected to come straight up, we were expected to fight bravely against relegation, but we've absolutely outperformed ourselves, got ourselves promoted, having a crazy season too, because by the looks of it, one of our players has scored an insane amount of goals. We'll go into that in a second, but I would just like to mention, you're probably all noticing this little pen here, that's the in-game editor, and as I mentioned in my Wonder Kid video before, I use them for the Wonder Kid videos to make sure that their potential is at the highest of their range before we go and simulate, so I can assure you this has not been used in this save save at all. I haven't edited anything to make sure, oh, I don't know, Aaron Collins is a really good player. I've literally just picked Forest Green and we simulated straight away. Nothing really was done, so it's clear to see that this tactic is very, very effective. So in League 1 we did really well. Of course we did, we've seen that, but now we want to go and have a look at how our team performed. Let's just have a look how our season went overall. We can see again, we started off fairly slow. Actually, no, we picked up quite a lot of wins at the start. And it's basically the case of like win 2, draw 1, lose 1, win a couple, draw 1, lose 1. You get the idea? But if you do that in the lower leagues, you'll probably stand a pretty good chance of at least reaching the playoffs. Mix it up with a bit of good form here where we're winning a few and only drawing a couple all the way from mid-January to late February. Actually, no, it keeps going all the way until like mid-March. We didn't lose a game, so that's nearly 2 months without losing. That probably put us in pretty good stead. And then again, we kept going, and we performed really well across the course of a season. So with that being said, let's go and have a look at the individual player stats in League 1 and see just how well some of these Forest Green players did. But if we look at the attacking area, we can see Aaron Collins has absolutely smashed it, like by a long margin. The second best player, Cauley Woodrow, for promoted Barnsley, who came second I believe, if he doubled his amount of goals, still wouldn't get the amount of goals Aaron Collins did. So Aaron Collins has performed off the charts, and this is probably just a case of a tactic, because in reality this guy isn't the world's best striker. In his career before, he scored 8 goals, 4 goals, 1 goal here for Maidstone, and then all of a sudden he bursts out with a 40 goal season in 42 appearances with 4 assists, and last season of course he got like 24 goals too, one of the top scorers in League 2. But you can see this tactic is making people outperform themselves, because he's only valued at £175,000, never even had a youth cap for Wales. So he's performing out of his skin here in this tactic. We don't actually have anyone else on the top scorer list, which suggests this season most of the goals did come from Aaron Collins. Our centre-back had the best pass completion in the league. He would have been ball-playing defender, so that's no surprise from Lloyd Jones there for Forest Green. This has really got the best out of a striker. I don't know if that was intentional or if we've just got lucky here, but the fact that we've seen Aaron Collins absolutely smash it in terms of goals scored seems to suggest that this tactic is really effective in the attacking phase of the game and creating chances. Now finally, let's go and have a look at how the team did across the league. Again, it wasn't just a bit of luck. We can see that we picked up the most yellow cards. Us diving into tackles and, you know, pressing hard, all that stuff has led to quite a few yellow cards, but I think we'll take it considering we got promoted. Other than that, let's see if we are anywhere else. I imagine the attacking statistics, yeah, here we go. This is definitely an attacking tactic. We are dominating yet again in the attacking phase, scoring more goals than Barnsley, 6 more than them, and that is obviously a team that have been championship for quite a few years, so probably have a very good squad. And I know this guy is really good, Cauley Woodrow, so I'm not surprised that they've done so well, but remember that our striker went and got double the goals that he did and more, so clearly this tactic is very effective in attack. Again, it's the expected things, goals per game, expected goals for, we are absolutely smashing, taking the most penalties again, so running at the defence is causing plenty of issues, making the most dribbles per game and making the most dribbles in the League 2. Anything else we're particularly good at? Possession 1, so we're winning the ball back quite a lot, way more than Wickham there in second place. Other than that, there wasn't anything particularly too eye-catching, so I think we can see here that this lower league tactic is really effective, and the fact that it's worked in League 2 and League 1 with players that aren't as good quality as the people around them suggests that this tactic could be used in non-league and everything like that just as effectively. We saw that it got a really good return out of the wingers, the midfielders, the strikers, and even the centre-backs in some seasons. But particularly in season 1 and 2, we saw that our striker outperformed any expectation that he would have had, so that's really good to see. And we kind of learned from looking at the detailed statistics that this is a very attacking tactic, but also keeps a decent backline, but you're not going to be the best team defensively in the league. You're more going to be focused on scoring a crazy amount of goals. You'll be drawing a lot of fouls, winning a lot of penalties too, just from the fact that how much running at the defence this takes. Obviously, when you go on the attack, you're going to have all of these guys and your striker all pushing forward, all creating problems, and it's no surprise we've drawn a lot of fouls. And the other thing to note was we did get a lot of yellow and red cards, so that's something that you'll have to take into account. But I think the fact that we've got Forest Green, a team that weren't even expected to get out of League 2 within a couple of seasons, all the way up into the Championship in 2 years, shows just how good this tactic is. So again, it will be linked in the description. It's the Kashmir Nap 4141, another great tactic by Nap, so do check that out and check out his other tactics too. But I hope you have enjoyed today's video. That'll be the end of it. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button, comment down below what you'd like to see next, and if you'd like me to make any changes to the way I do these videos, and subscribe for all of the best Football Manager content. And if you really want to, go check out my channel linked in the description and help us get to 1,000 subscribers over there. So I've been Jake for FM Scout. Thank you for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.